very difficult. And I went by some buses and like cars from the Grove, but other than that, it was mostly just houses and stuff and a road.
Does the clubhouse have a motto on the door about spiders or something?
Yeah, so the Bohemian Grove motto is "Weaving spiders come not here," and it pretty much means like they're people come here strictly to talk business and for it to be like a private area. They don't want any phones or anybody recording anything. They just want to talk to other businessmen and make deals and talk business is what I've come to understand.
So on the night you are doing this, I take it there was nothing. The ritual wasn't scheduled for that night. You're going in on a night when there's nobody there.
Oh yeah, this is super off season. This is November, and the ritual is in July every year.
Have you tried to get in the ritual?
Yeah, so I went in July this year, and so a few months ago, and yeah, it was pretty crazy to say the least. I can't post anything for a while because of legal reasons, but yeah, and I can't post. I did post the. I didn't post getting going in there or leaving, but I did post the ritual footage on YouTube, and it got striked. The Bohemian Club email striked my video and said this is a private performance and took my video off of YouTube. And it was just straight footage of the ritual, the cremation of care ritual, and yeah, it was. You'd think it'd be fair use because I was like talking in the video and also showing it, but YouTube didn't like that and they just took it down. I tried to claim it that it wasn't copyright.
Wow. So how many minutes of the ritual did you film?
It was like over 30 minutes, and I tried to film the last section of it, but I had to run out of there because security was like on top of me from like every direction.
When did you first notice you'd been spotted?
So in that cremation of care video, which is only available on it's available on like Alex Jones Twitter and some other sources, my Patreon, but it was around the 30-minute mark is when they first spotted me, and they were searching for me with spotlights and red lights and scanning through the bushes, and I had to like get down and like hide, and I had to like run up the mountain, and they were trying to get me from the left and the right side and pin me, and it was crazy. They had like 4 guys like trying to get me. I don't know how they didn't get me.
Oh my God. How frightened were you at that point?
I've never been more scared in my life. Like my heart was beating out of my chest, and I was like, I'm definitely gonna get caught here unless I run for my life. And I've never hiked faster ever.
Were you on your own or did you have people with you? Like,
Yeah, I might have had some people with me. Unfortunately, that's all I can say right now.
how many
For some-
views did
yeah.
how many views did it get before YouTube banned it?
It got like 700,000 in like 4 days. Yeah. It I can't imagine how many it'd have now if it stayed up.
Oh my God. Wow. All right. That's a lot of the questions answered for now. Let us keep going with the video. This is fascinating.
I don't know what they're doing with all this stuff. see at Bohemian Grove. Maybe I'll be back one day. I doubt it. But yeah, shout out to Reckless Ben. Gave me a little bit of info on how to infiltrate this place. Oh, that's gross. What the fuck is that noise? Wow, this is nice. I don't know why the light's on. There's like tons of little houses. I guess it makes sense. I kind of want to see what that noise is, but I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Musician's entrance. Okay, that's the guest house. Oh, there's a car right there. Yeah, I'm not gonna...
Right. So how far down are you now?
So that's the guest house. You can actually see that on Google Maps, and it's pretty close to the river. So right now I'm pretty close to getting back to my kayak, or so I thought, because I actually like forgot where I put my kayak, and it took me a little bit to find it.
Oh, no.
But yeah, you see a musician's entrance. There's like famous musicians that will come here and perform, and famous artists. They'll do magic shows. They'll do all sorts of like cool stuff here. I don't think it's like there is some weird stuff that people say happens here, but you know, I'm not so sure about that. I think it might just be what people want to believe. But
I imagine you don't want to telegraph your future plans, but this question has come in, so it's up to you how you want to answer it. Are you planning to go to Bohemian Grove again? If so, would you be going to the ritual, performances, etc.?
yeah, we'll see. I think I've been there one too many times already. I don't think so. But we'll see.
Let's just get a few more questions at 1 second. Were you ever tempted to try and stealth camp on the Grove?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think it'd be kind of fun to do like a 24-hour like challenge or something like that. Live streaming on Kick or something would be really funny, but you definitely would get caught like really quickly.
You're getting asked why you are wearing a mask?
Oh, right now or when I was in the video? Well, both reasons.
Both.
Both reasons are just for you know, hiding my identity, you know, legal reasons. There's a lot of my channel, a lot of my videos on my channel are like, you know, urban exploring or train hopping, and that's trespassing as well as this. And I probably would have tons of trespassing charges if I didn't hide my identity, unfortunately.
Yeah, got you. Rose is wondering how many acres the property is.
That is a great question. I can tell you the answer right now.
Okay.
It's absolutely massive. 2,700 acres, and it's all like redwood forest. They have like tons of logging roads like everywhere, and that's actually a great way to like hike in is use these back logging roads. But I definitely didn't tell you to do that.
Did you see any remnants of rituals or Egyptian deities?
No, I didn't.
Do they keep going at the same location? Are they moving it because of all the infiltrators?
I think there's probably some other locations out there that they do these sort of stuff at, and they might not do everything at this location anymore, but it's still a really active um an active organization where they meet like a few times a year, mostly in the summer where they do it's like a 2-week encampment where everybody comes in July.
Steve's asking, what did it smell of? I think that refers to the owl.
I think he's talking about, so when I was in the cafeteria, I went into this little like refrigerator, like huge fridge area, and it smelled like a dead carcass or something. Like it smelled
Ooh.
like it was a morgue in the cafeteria. And I should have like inspected it further, but I didn't. But yeah, it reeked of something like, yeah.
Which leads to the next question. People are wondering whether you think actual living things may be unalived there.
So I went a week ago, or not a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. I actually went back and we dove the river and we found like a bone. We think it was an animal bone, but that was pretty crazy. And during the ritual, they did do a sacrifice. People say it was a mock sacrifice, but I didn't get to see the end part of the ritual because I had to, evade security before I saw them do the sacrifice. But they definitely do sacrifices there, whether it's fake sacrifices or real.
Have you visited any other interesting locations?
Well, yeah, I've explored like tons of, abandoned power plants. I've done, they call it rooftoping when you explore rooftops of big cities. I've climbed cranes. I've train hopped a bunch of different countries and seen some pretty wild stuff on those journeys. So there's a big world out there, and that's kind of like what I want to show people is that you can go out there and see it for yourself, and you don't have to, have a lot of money to see the world. There's a lot of ways you can do it for cheap.
Is part of your motivation for doing this the rush, the adrenaline kick?
Yeah, I think that was part of it at first, and then I kind of just fell in love with it and fell in love with the people that I can meet through this journey. And yeah, I think I did want to show like people, I want to become a journalist and like show people, what goes on behind closed doors, and, that there is some evil out there. And I think that everybody deserves to know what's happening in these secret cults that not a lot of people can access. And that was kind of my reasoning for going back in a few times now.
Has anyone contacted you outside of the internet to take down your videos?
No, honestly, no.
What was the creepiest thing you saw there?
It was probably when I went in for the ritual and they were like, they had a dude that was covered in a cloth being like suspended and like being carried to like be sacrificed. I thought that was, pretty interesting to say the least.
So you've answered the next question then. So the question is who's being sacrificed, but you're saying a dude in a cloth?
Yeah, it was just I'm not sure if it was a dude. It was some human that was in a cloth, and there was like some people just carrying him. Yeah, I'm not sure the exact timestamp. in the ritual, but they were carrying him on the trail, and then they were actually putting him in a boat, and they were like, it was super foggy in the water, and they had spotlights on the boat, and the boat was going across the lake, and he was like, the dude that was being sacrificed was right there in the boat.
Wow. What do you think about the two teenagers who walked the grounds during daytime there? Do you think they were insiders?
I did see that dude's video. I think that he was just some dude that got inspired by my video and went in. And yeah, it's cool. He got some daytime footage of it. So yeah, that was pretty neat.
I don't know if you can answer this one, because how do they explain to the traders who build and connect electricity to this hellhole? Probably just offer them a large amount of money to keep quiet, I imagine.
So they have to sign NDAs to like not take any pictures, and I'm pretty sure that everybody has to sign an NDA that works on the property to not disclose any information.
Has the government ever warned you off going back?
No, negative, not yet.
What's the status of women there? Isn't it a men only thing?
It is a men only club, but the laws in California say that women can work anywhere that men do. So there are women that work there, but there are no women that go there for business, unfortunately.
Wouldn't wearing a nightlight be safer?
Wearing a nightlight. So I was just wearing a headlamp, a red light to be like more incognito. And I had like a really good flashlight, but definitely going in there with like infrared or something would be a good idea.
All right, I'm going to keep going with the video for part 1 of this series. Let's go.
I'm not gonna fuck with this place. I don't know why all the lights are on. It's like fucking 2:30 a.m. Oh shit! Monitored by video camera. Oh, there's a camera right on me. Beach access closed. Well, bro. There should be like a guard sitting in here, probably. It might be closed, but I need to get back to my kayak. Oh, fuck me. I'm not sure which way I should go. That's one hell of a bridge. Well, yeah, hopefully that's just motion activated and it's not like a sensor that will notify anybody. You just have to be careful going in. Coming out, you can be a little bit less careful, as you can see, because you're leaving. You're not coming in. Oh yeah, fog's rolled in. This fog is insane. You can barely see the huge trees. I'm lost. It's foggy as shit. I don't know where my freaking kayak is. I'm stuck on Bohemian Grove property. This is not good. So I walked by this, but I don't think this is where I came from. There's like so many logs. Yeah, I gotta be further down. There's gotta be. Okay, there's the truck. Now where the fuck is the kayak? This This isn't fucking funny anymore. I need to find that kayak. Okay. I think these are my footprints. Yep. Dude, I can't see jack shit. This fog is so dense. Oh my God. Oh my God. Cast iron. Okay. Now I can be not a stealth. Because I'm officially off Grove property. I think I got to turn slightly right. Yeah, my beach is over there. Can't believe I'm using a cast iron as a paddle. Oh, okay. Just like that. And the fog has nearly disappeared. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Dude, why do I feel like I'm like way too big for this? And the water's like right fucking on me. Oh God, I just got it down my pants. Fuck. All right. Oh shit. All right, coming in. Fuck, coming in hot. All right. Touchdown. Well, I'm happy with that. See you guys in the next video, I guess. Peace, love. Yeah, that's all I got.
Even the fog is scary as hell. It's like American Werewolf in London kind of stuff.
Yeah, like it wasn't too foggy when I like went out there, like getting to the property, but when I left, it was completely socked in. It was pretty unreal.
You've got tons of questions are coming in. People are fascinated by this. We've got about 5 minutes before the next guest comes in. And we do have the link to Dancer's YouTube channel in the description box. Let me see if I can put it. I'll put it in the chat as well right now. So there's tons more on Dancer's channel. I would urge people to go and subscribe and watch a lot of the other stuff that he does. And if we'll get through some of your questions before we bring Chris Todd in, co-author of Kim Porter's book, coming up next. It's been a lot of craziness surrounding that. All right, so let's see if I can get through some more of the questions. Terry is wondering, were you threatened by someone to retire?
No, not yet. Maybe like some fake, trolls out there.
How long were you there? The time that we've just shown?
I probably got there around 11 p.m. midnight and left at around 3 a.m. I want to say. So 4 hours.
So, yeah, spooky. We saw the Moloch statue. That was the owl, wasn't it, earlier on?
Yeah, it's called Moloch. He's the child sacrificing god, actually, if you look it up, which is pretty eerie.
Can they bring wives but allow them to stay on a separate property? They must stay on a separate property. Is that how it works?
Yeah, they're not allowed on the grove itself unless they work there. Yeah, it's a men's only retreat.
Why not have a companion with you?
I think I did try to get some people to go with me this time, but it was just kind of a spur of the moment adventure I wanted to partake in.
Do you dream of the owl?
You know, I think it always kind of haunts me when I see owls out and, just like art. When I see owl art out there, I always think of the owl and it always kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies, to be honest, but I don't dream of it, no.
Because there's not many people, Dan, who have been inside the Bohemian Grove owl. What was the energy like inside the owl?
Um, it was pretty like there's like the place where they do the sacrifices right there. I'm blanking on the word, but the altar was pretty, surreal to be right next to and gave off a really evil energy. But inside the owl itself, it wasn't too interesting in my opinion.
Do you know the names of people who were there when you were sneaking in, when it was active?
Yeah, so during the ritual, I want to say that who was there? I wanna say there was I wanna say George Bush might have been there when during the ritual recently. I'm blanking on some other names. There's definitely tons of famous people that go there and, like, really powerful people.
Well, viewers, we have run out of time for this evening. Is there anything you'd like to say to the viewers in conclusion? Dan, son, appreciate you spending this time with us and
Oh,
sharing your
yeah.
video.
Thank you so much for having me, Sean. I really appreciate it. I think that, that pretty much wraps it up. Thank you, Sean, for having me on.
All right, cheers. I'll let you go and I'm gonna close the show.
Cool.
So yeah, thank you. You're braver than I am. Cheers.
Cool,
Bye.
cheers. Peace.
Bye. All right, so that was Dancer. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your questions. And if you are interested in all of the waves that Chris Todd has created around the world over this book, Kim Porter's book, he is the epicenter of a storm right now. Stay tuned for Chris Todd Part 2. He's coming in right now. When I end this video, you will see a screen. Click on it if it doesn't take you through. If that doesn't take you through, click on my channel icon. It'll say I'm live and it will take you through. Get your questions ready for Chris Todd, folks. And I will hope to see some of you soon.